Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Boba7772, and today I'm bringing you the new Walking Dead issue 140 Life and Death comic review. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, I want to say that this issue is great, but the cover is very misleading. First of all, Sophia is not in it, and second of all, Maggie never really gets shocked. This is like one of the biggest covers to speculate about, because like, what happens? Does Gregory die? Does she find Carl gone? Does Carl, stuff like that. But there's like nothing. So I'm not going to go over like a play-by-play of this comic, because I mean, you guys should totally get it. If you don't have a comic book store by you, then you can get it online, a digital edition, or even order it to get a physical copy to your house, because these are really nice, and they're only $2.99 plus tax, which is like $3.24 total. So why not get this, right? So in the previous issues, we've had some stuff happen. First of all, with Michonne. Michonne gets back on the boat last issue. She talks to Rick. They have a nice bond. And then that continues in this issue. We learn that they're best friends. Michonne doesn't want to go back. Rick's like, you need to go to the fair. Carl misses you. He'll want to see you. And she's like, I'll think about it. And Rick calls Michonne his best friend. And she's like, what are you, 10? And he's like, if the shoe fits. I really love the interaction between Michonne and Rick. It's going to be great, especially for when Rick dies in a few issues. Just holding out hope that Rick will die here. By the way, if you guys can't tell, I am very anti-Rick. Very pro-Carl being the protag. But, this was still a really solid issue. So we had Rick and Michonne just kind of talking and being cool, and then we have what else do we have? We have Carl with the whispers. Lydia pretty much is like, you shouldn't have come after me, and Carl's like, yeah, I'm beginning to see that. And then we get to the whisperer camp, and wow, there is a ton of them, and they haven't blindfolded Carl or anything. So I'm like, okay, are they're either planning to take him in, or he's gonna like get hurt or something. They're like gonna kill him or something. So like, that shocked me. I was like, man, I hope Carl is gonna be okay. But we see that they have cows and stuff to eat. They have horses to travel with. We can see how they skin the suits a little. I mean, this is like a 2-page splash image, and it just looks really nice. Aside from that, we also have Maggie is talking to Jesus, and Jesus is like, we need to kill Gregory, and she's like, we didn't kill Negan, and he gets like, Negan is different. Negan is a symbol of hope and everything that's going to last here. We need to kill Gregory, like, he needs to die. And then Maggie's like, you know what, I agree, Gregory does need to die. So they kind of leave Maggie's end off like that, like, wow, next issue, is he gonna die? Who knows? I hope so. I don't think anybody likes Gregory. I think that everybody would cheer if he died. Well, all of us fans, maybe not the people in the Hilltop community, but and then next we see this scene where there are people, like right after she's like, we need to kill Gregory, we see 2 people holding their guns out. They're like, hurry up and move it, blah blah blah, and we're like, oh my gosh, Gregory's about to get executed. But it turns out it's not Gregory, which I think that the point of it was to be misleading about it being Gregory, but it was pretty obvious that it wasn't Gregory at the time. Turns out to be Negan. Which I guess kind of spoiler, we see that he has a scar, and I believe the right side of his body, like I don't know, his stomach area, like right here, I guess, with Maggie, like it'd be about right there. He's got this huge scar, and he's like, if you're nice to me, I'll tell you the story that goes with that scar. And the first thing that came to mind was, oh my goodness, Robert Kirkman said that if Negan survived All Out War, we'd be getting his backstory eventually, and it's finally starting. Like, he got the scar. I'm so excited to see where that leads. And then I believe it's Olivia who's like giving him the haircut and everything. She puts him back in the cell, and she is like, this thing isn't locked. And then she like cuts herself off in the middle of the sentence. It's like, okay, never mind. And then he goes in the cell, and he's like, no, blah blah blah, whines, doesn't want to be in there. And then he sees that the door open, she didn't latch it. He's like, hold the phone, which is pretty much his exact words, except for it wasn't bleeped out. He actually said the F word and everything, which you guys know, Negan cusses like a sailor. But really cool. So that will explain the cover of issue 141 with Negan there free. Like another reviewer of this comic said, something that I really hope happens is that Rick and Negan end up talking before Negan leaves, because if he like talks to Rick again, that would like be great. I would love for him to talk to Rick again, because I love the conversations between those two, and I think that they've really only talked once since the time skip, and when they did talk, it was really cool. Negan was just like, oh, I'm gonna get out of here someday, and Rick's like, well, no, you're not. Well, it turns out he might actually get out now. And if he kind of rubs this in Rick's face and then he gets out, that could be kind of bad on Rick. So that's a really interesting play that they could go with that. Another thing that I'm really looking forward to is them killing off Gregory. Really wanting to see that. I really want to see some more Carl-centric stuff, hoping kind of that they kill off Rick, and just you know, kind of put my 2 cents about where I hope the comic goes from here. Maybe the communities will kind of be wiped out at some point. I don't want Negan to wipe them out. I'll put that out there now. Negan does not need to do anything. He needs to disappear and like not be seen, and we can see him in like a side series or something like that again after we learn his backstory, of course. But he doesn't need to attack the any of the communities. That would be very bad. Do not want him to become like OP. I want Rick to die so that Carl gets more room and whatnot, because we're jumping around so much. And it's cool how they're doing that, but we're just like barely getting any focus on a single character usually. Sorry, I had to pause there and don't really know where I left off too well, but I want them to kill Rick off eventually, because I really want the comic to become more Carl-centric, and I want them to, the communities to eventually be torn down again, because this is, I guess, kind of the world of The Walking Dead, but to me, the world of The Walking Dead has always been trying to survive against impossible odds out on your own type thing, which is the things I love most. Like in the TV series, my favorite season was season 4, and my favorite part of it was the back half of season 4, where we got a bunch of character development and they were living off the road, and I always love that. I love that in the comic. Those are some of my favorite comic issues, like between the prison and Alexandria. Absolutely love that. I loved I guess the first few issues too, because they were living on the road, and I want them to go back to the road. So if they do that, I feel that they can take all the characters that they still want to develop the story of and move them forward, and while they're doing that, they can take the characters they don't want, get them killed, get these communities destroyed, and then these characters will have to be on their own again. So just, I guess, that has really little to do with this comic, with this issue of the comic, but I'm really hoping that this kind of leads there. We can see the Whisperers. Yeah, here's the widespread page. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the darkness, like the really dark ink that they put into it. I think that looks absolutely amazing. But this comic, this issue is just really good, and I really hope that they keep doing double issues. I guess they can't do it all the time, but often enough for it to be like, yay, we're getting, yay, we're getting a double issue again. This is amazing. This is like the 4th time this year in like 2 months. I'm joking, but I do love getting this, and I've got to wait a month for the next one, which sucks. And then we've got to wait like another month for the next one, which is still gonna suck. Then we get double issues again, and we are so close to finishing this story arc. And aside from the story arc, it is also going to finish off what is going to be released in Compendium 3. So 144, actually, this is issue 140. 144 is going to be the end of Compendium 3, which is going to be awesome. I can't see what they do with that. The end of Compendium 1 pretty much had the prison assault. Lori died, the governor died, Herschel died, I think his son Billy died. Like, there was so much stuff, happened. It was intense. The end of Compendium 2 pretty much had a hint to Negan, and then he came like right after that. We just learned that there's a new community. We just met Jesus. So I guess right now we just learned that there's a new community, which is the Whisperers. We just met Lydia, so I'm hoping that there's something big coming in this to finish up this story arc that consists of, I guess, issues 139 through 144. But either way, this is just really cool. I'm loving how The Walking Dead is moving forward right now, and even though, you know, I do have a couple of things that I think that they can make it better, like Rick dying, being more centric on Carl, and not jumping around quite as much, I think that jumping around right now is really good and really cool, and this issue as a whole was really cool. So if you want to get into The Walking Dead, I mean, I would absolutely start trying to get into The Walking Dead. You can buy like the first two compendiums, and then the next few volumes or books, and then just start getting the single issues when they come out, because the single issues, and especially recently I've really noticed, have had just absolutely beautiful covers. And this cover is one I've been looking forward to since forever. Like, one of the covers that has really stuck in my mind out of all of them. Just really nice artwork, a really nice cover, really nice just a story in general. It's great. But I'm kind of blabbering on way too much now. Thank you for watching. Let's start a discussion in the comments, guys. What do you think about this issue? Where do you think The Walking Dead is going to end up? Do you think that they're safe in their communities forever? Do you think that the communities are going to be torn down? Do you think that Rick's going to die? Because he doesn't look too good on the cover of 144. What do you think is going to happen with the Whisperers, with Carl, with their Negan, Gregory? There's so much to discuss. It's so cool and so fun. But yeah, comment down in the comment section what interests you the most, what you want to talk about. I'll go and answer you. I hope other people do too, because this is really cool. There's also like Walking Dead forums, like walkingdeadforums.com or something that I go to, and a couple of YouTubers who do videos like these, who I go to their communities and talk to Walking Dead, and it's just so fun. The comics are just so cool, and they're just getting better. So that's pretty much it for my review. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe for more comic reviews, action figure reviews, video game reviews, all stuff The Walking Dead and more. So until next time, Bulba7772 out.